Tua Tagovailoa is officially back. He is expected to play against the Arizona Cardinals and so are the Miami Dolphins. Well, not exactly. Let's talk about it. I want to talk about the negatives and the positives with the Miami Dolphins this season and why this season may be a wash, but they can still make a run towards the end of this season. For one, the general manager deserves to be fired. If this team makes the NFL playoffs, or even if they miss the NFL playoffs, he should be fired regardless. He's done a piss poor job over the last couple of years of bringing in the right talent at where they need the talent the most. The offensive line is still a huge issue. You have a quarterback in Tua Tagovailoa that's missed a lot of time due to injuries, and not just to regular injuries, due to concussions. But when Tua's on the field, he's a very good quarterback. The problem is when they go against teams that are above 500, and especially when teams have an aggressive front seven, they always get outmatched and they come up short every single time. And that's a lot to say about Coach McDaniel, but it says a lot about the general manager as well. I do think with Tua coming back that they will be in a better situation. Obviously, they will be. He's a better quarterback than Tyler Huntley. He's a better quarterback than Skylar Thompson, which is also another reason why this general manager should be fired. You gave Tua all this money, and I understand he came off a great season. He was fully healthy. They flamed out against the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL playoffs. The problem was this. You did not go out there and allocate money into the offensive line this offseason, and you did not go out there and you did not bring in another quarterback that could come in for a couple games if Tua was to go down. General manager has to go. He's just done a horrible job. But when I look at Tua on the field, forget the injuries for a second. Against subpar competition, he's going to eat them up. This Arizona Cardinals team, they're riding high right now off of what they did against the Los Angeles Chargers. They had a great game plan against the Chargers. They stacked the box for the majority of the game. We have seen them in the past give up big plays to wide receivers. I think the Miami Dolphins will win this football game. Then they're on the road against the Buffalo Bills. That's a nightmare matchup. They have not been able to go out there and beat the Buffalo Bills in quite some time. The Bills have given them L after L. You can say that's a loss, but it'll be a toss-up in my opinion because of any given Sunday. But I think the Buffalo Bills will take care of business. At that point in time, this team would be 3-5 if that happens. It will be hard for them to go out there and make a true run because after the Buffalo Bills, you have the Los Angeles Rams. You're on the road. I think that they can beat the Los Angeles Rams, but that's a tough competition. That's tough competition for the Dolphins. Then they face the Las Vegas Raiders. They should put up 50 points on the Raiders. The Raiders are terrible. Then they face the New England Patriots. They should put up 50 points on the Patriots as well. Coach McDaniel went out there and beat the Patriots with Tyler Huntley as his quarterback, 15-10. The Patriots are a rebuilding team. They're not that good, and I have a lot of questions about their head coach. Then they face the Green Bay Packers on the road. That's going to be tough. Jordan Love and that defense, we'll see what happens. And guess what the Packers have? An aggressive front seven. Then they face the New York Jets. I believe that they are better than the New York Jets right now, but we'll see if the New York Jets can make a run. Then they face the Houston Texans on the road. They face the San Francisco 49ers at home. They face the Cleveland Browns on the road. They should be able to beat the Cleveland Browns, in my opinion. Then they face the New York Jets. Coach McDaniel has done a very good job since Tua's been out, and I do believe that he deserves to be given another chance. They shouldn't fire him. I think dealing with the circumstances that he's been dealing with, he hasn't been a terrible head coach. He's not making the most adjustments, no. But even when Tua's been on the field, he's a very limited quarterback due to injuries and the fact that he's not able to run around like Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen to improvise and make a lot of plays. But at the same time, they missed him a lot because he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL and his pocket presence is one of the best in the NFL. The problem is this with Tua. Can he stay healthy enough? That's it. When he's on the field, he's a good quarterback in my opinion. He's going to put the football where it needs to be. And when you look at this Miami Dolphins team, they're all in. They brought in veterans like Jonnu Smith. They brought in Odell Beckham Jr. You went out there, you paid Jalen Ramsey a lot of money. This is not a team that's just going to say, you know what, this season is a wash. If they still don't make the NFL playoffs, I understand that Tua dealt with the concussion injuries. This is going to be seen as a failed season because of all the money that's been pumped into this roster. And another reason why I'm not the biggest fan of Chris Greer, they drafted Chop Robinson in the first round. This is a player that needs a lot of seasoning. He is a very green player. He should not be playing a lot of snaps right now. For one, coming out of the NFL draft, huge developmental project. They drafted him because Bradley Chubb was going to miss time, and he's expected to come back in the next couple weeks. He's still recovering from that ACL injury. He's one of their top pass rushers. And they also were banking on Jalen Phillips going out there and playing for the rest of the season as well. Well, Jalen Phillips got injured. He's going to miss the rest of this season. And last season, he suffered a torn Achilles injury. He played a couple of games this season. Jalen Phillips is also an injury-prone player as well. Instead of going out there and drafting an offensive lineman to help out Tua, you went out there and you drafted a defensive lineman. A young defensive lineman at that needs a lot of seasoning to his game. Just makes zero sense in my opinion. But the Dolphins are going to be a thorn in the side of every single team that they face because of this simple fact. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, Raheem Mostert. That speed is something different. That speed is something serious. It is going to be hell going against those guys on a consistent basis. Now, I will say this. At the skill position, they're elite because you have Jonnu Smith and Odell Beckham Jr. Jonnu Smith is not a top tight end in the NFL. I'm not saying that he's Travis Kelce, he's Brock Bowers, he's George Kittle. But Jonnu Smith as a third option, when he's able to eat up space underneath, that is scary. And we didn't get to see him much in this offense with Tua Tagovailoa because Tua got injured in week 2. Jonnu Smith is a vertical threat. Jonnu Smith against safeties and linebackers, he's going to eat you up, especially on combat routes as well. He's a very good athletic tight end. When I look at Odell Beckham Jr., he missed a lot of time this season. He was able to play against the Indianapolis Colts. He was getting open. Tyler Huntley just did not see guys down the field. And that's also another reason why I believe that Coach McDaniel deserves to have another chance with this current roster because he can coach. He doesn't make the best adjustments. No, he doesn't make the most adjustments. But he's not the main reason why this team has underachieved over the last couple of years. It's because they don't have the right players at certain positions. But when I look at Odell Beckham Jr., at this stage of his career, he's not a number 1. He's not a number 2. As a number 3, as a rack monster, run after catch, he's going to be good. Just get him the football in space and one-on-one coverage. He should be able to eat. I like what they have the skill positions, but I still have a lot of questions about this offensive line. Teron Armstead, you brought him in a couple of years ago. Can he stay fully healthy? And he's on his last leg as well. He doesn't look like the same tackle that he once was with the New Orleans Saints. And I still like Teron Armstead a lot as a veteran, but can he go out there and can he perform at a high level? The rest of this offensive line, there's a bunch of question marks here as well. They're going to get the football out quick. They're going to go out there, going to be a very explosive offense. We saw them against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They were dead to rights at certain points in times in that game. The next thing you know, a quick play here by the running back, a quick play here by Jalen Waddle, a quick play by Tyreek Hill. They got them a major touchdown in that game. And this defense has been very good this season. This has been one of the best defenses in the NFL. Give Anthony Weaver a lot of credit. They moved off of Coach Vic. The players didn't like him. You bring in Anthony Weaver. Has a lot of connection to the Baltimore Ravens. I will say this right here. They legit have the best passing defense in the NFL. You can say that they play quarterbacks like Anthony Richardson. They went against the New England Patriots with no weapons. Look at what they did against the Seattle Seahawks. That's an elite passing system. They let up 24 points in that game. Yes, but the offense was not able to score. They're going out there now on the field majority of the time since Tua has been dealing with his concussion injury. The job that they did against DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith and Jigba and Tyler Lockett, they forced Geno Smith to throw 2 interceptions in that game. And I do believe you have 2 in that game, they win that game against the Seattle Seahawks easily. We go and look at what happened against the Tennessee Titans. They lost that football game, but the defense played very well. Passing defense-wise, they are very good, in my opinion and statistically. Jalen Ramsey is still a top cornerback in the NFL. Kendall Fuller is still a very good veteran cornerback to have. Javon Holland, I'm a sucker for him. I like his game a lot at the safety position. He's very underrated in my opinion. I like the pieces that they have defensively in the secondary. Now, the front 7 with Bradley Chubb coming back, they're going to need him to hit the ground running. Because you don't have Jalen Phillips. You have Calais Campbell. He's there. He's a veteran. You have Zach as well at the other defensive end position. The thing is with Zach, he's a very good run stopper and he can push the pocket. And that's a very interesting thing to think about as well. The Russian defense hasn't been the best. Part of the reason why the Russian defense has been terrible since Tua Tagovailoa has been out, well, I'm not going to say it's been terrible. The reason why it's been below average is because they're on the field majority of the time. It's hard to go out there and stop the Russian plays when your defense is constantly tired because your offense is stalling out. This team has only averaged 10 points a game since Tua went down. They're easily going out there averaging over 23 points a game with Tua. easily. And I look at it from this standpoint. Tyler Huntley came in, did the best that he could. A lot of casuals will say, hey, he made a Pro Bowl a couple of years ago. He has to be solid, right? No. Mitch Trubisky made a Pro Bowl. Let's be real here. The backup quarterback play has been abysmal over the last couple of years. Skylar Thompson, not a good backup quarterback. They called in Tyler Huntley off his couch. He had to come in, learn the system, and play immediately. That is hard to do. Not many people in the NFL can do that. And once again, Chris Grier put this coach in that situation. Lack of resources at the quarterback position, just in case Tua goes down. I can't say it enough. The general manager should be fired. But this is the season for the Miami Dolphins. Do I think that they will make the NFL playoffs? Unfortunately, no. I want to see them make a playoff push because it would be a great story with Tua. Right now, when you listen to the national media, not too many people are talking about the impact that Tua has with the Dolphins. They're acting like this man almost died on the field. They're saying he should go out there and retire. He should hang it up. He should wear a guardian cap. I will say this. I'm not a medical professional. I'll never come on here and say that I am. I'm not even close to one. But I will say this. If he's getting cleared by the team doctor, he's getting cleared by independent doctors, and he's fully okay to go out there and play, let him play. It's his decision. Tua's a warrior. When you're a football player, you don't want to let your teammates down. I just hope that he can take care of himself. That's it. A healthy Tua Tagovailoa is a fun player to watch, especially in this offensive scheme. But we have to keep it real here. Before he got injured, he wasn't playing the best football. The man threw 3 interceptions against the Buffalo Bills before he went down with that concussion. And against the Jacksonville Jaguars, he did look okay. But they started off very slow. That's week 1. I understand you're not going to rust off yourself as well. But with this defense, how they're playing, if Tua can just go out there, take care of the football, take those deep shots down the field to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Jonnu Smith, and just go out there and get this team above where they're at right now. And if this offensive line can play better, which I highly doubt because the offensive line has been the Achilles heel with this team over the last few years since they brought in Tyreek Hill. But if this offensive line can just give you better production and Coach McDaniel can make more adjustments against those physical teams, they're going to be in a good spot. It's going to be tough for them to make the NFL playoffs, but it is possible. We will see. But it starts with Tua, and can he stay healthy? That's it. I like what the Miami Dolphins have. Unfortunately, I do not believe there's going to be enough in this AFC conference. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel about the Miami Dolphins moving forward, and can they make the NFL playoffs with Tua Tagovailoa if he's fully healthy? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, we want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. God bless. Peace.